Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever time this video finds you. It's your boy Jay. We got patch notes already for title update 4. So I'm back at it again with the purple mouse. On my screen, my mouse is gigantic, but I'm looking at it in OBS and I got this tiny little purple mouse. I don't know what's going on with it, but whatever. Hopefully, it'll be easy to follow along. But let's dive into these patch notes a little bit, right? I'm gonna dive into this patch notes a little bit. So we got drivers, you know what I'm saying, update your drivers for our PC brethren, which you guys are gonna get your own separate video here coming soon regarding all of this and what the performance updates will turn out to be, because I'm feeling a type of way about it, and that's a whole, I can talk about this for a while, even though I'm not playing on PC, even though it doesn't really apply to me. I still feel the type of way, but anyway, we'll go. So we know what the release date is, right? 4 a.m. UTC, so 8 p.m. PT, so 6 p.m. Monday, December 15th. So yeah, Monday is coming up. It's coming up quick. You know, you take this time and drop it into a time zone converter if you need to, so you know when it comes out. You know, we got the size here, major changes. Here we go. AT Jindahad, Gog Mazios, HR 100 plus. Additional 9-star monsters will be event quests, which, all right, cool. Tempered 9 Rathalos will now roam the sky. Now, I would like, right, for these guys to get this treatment. However, Rathalos is special. Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? He's the guy on the box. He's the guy for the franchise. But still, I would really love to see in the future, maybe more of these monsters get this kind of treatment. But alas, we're here. And no windward plans, huh? Yeah, I had a funny tweet about this earlier, so, and people were like, yo, Rathalos is gonna come to Windward Plains later. Is he? Is he? Anyway, for quests with 2 or more targets, minimum quest time has been raised. So we do know that we're gonna get like 3 target monsters, like high level, 3 9-stars. So that does make sense that they're gonna give us more time to take it down. You know what I'm saying? So makes sense. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got new support hunters. We got Griffin, we got Night Mist, and Nadia, right, which will become available to join after quest, which makes sense, right? Because if, in order for Gog Mazios to be soloable, perhaps, right, I'm thinking it could be a solo like player and then 7 support hunters. So we need more support hunters, and then like Nadia, Fabius, and all of the ones that currently exist. I think there's 5, maybe 6 that exist right now. So it makes sense that, like, hey, we need more support hunters to join the fray so that you can solo Gog. Cool. Story progression, these are probably Gog quests, right? This one is probably regular Gog. This one is probably tempered Gog, right? Where, like, this is the easy one, this is the hard one. Makes sense. So new Festival of Cord, we know this. Diva outfit, sacred, all this stuff is, like, we know, more barrel bowling setups. None of this is options to upgrade and reinforce Gogma audio weapons, which I have some feelings about this, but I'm gonna wait for this to come out and interact with the system before I talk about, because maybe they address some of my concerns. But yeah, transcendent armor, stuff we knew about. New sorting criteria. Oh, that's nice. Armor spheres, like, we know we're gonna get more points. We talked about this already before. Let's see, new sorting options for categories. Okay, cool. This is good. All this is like good stuff, right? So let's see anything in here that really like jumps out to me. No, not really, right? So, and then this is the PC stuff, and I think some of this is actually going to affect everybody, you know, like even players like me on PlayStation or Xbox, right? So yeah, implemented across all hardware, okay? So we're gonna, it should run a little bit better after this, which is great. Let's see, SOS Flare can now include Arch Tempered. That's cool. This is all pretty chill. Can even be attempted during offline. That's cool. So these will be here, because usually you had to connect online before these would show back up, but that's cool. This is cool. 2 dragon ammo can now be obtained during 1 round of crafting. That's very interesting. I would have thrown this in the bowgun section, but I get it. Miscellaneous. All right, here we go. we're getting to it. We're getting to it. All this is cool, and then this is like bug fixes, right? Like, all right, but here we go. We're getting into the weapon updates, the meat and potatoes of this. Now, I made a video not too long ago about stuff I want to see in this patch, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm feeling pretty good about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take my little victory lap right here, because a lot of what I felt should have happened has kind of happened here, right? Even if like it's not in the way that exactly that I wanted it, but a lot of the things I said in that video are kind of coming true. So and I'll link that video right here, hopefully, if I remember, so that you can watch that. And then if you want, I mean, it's outdated now because this is here, but a lot of the things that I had asked for in that video are here. For example, perfect guard. Look at this. Reduce the size of reaction when performing a perfect guard against an attack that would cause a small knockback when guarding. Awesome. You can now chain from a perfect guard reaction more quickly into certain actions after performing a perfect guard against a powerful attack when using anything with a shield. Right? Like, so except for greatsword, but it doesn't have a shield. So, oh no, I lied. Greatsword. I'm illiterate. My fault. So anything that can block, right? So, and this is one of the things that I had mentioned for Lance in that video. I was like, hey man, I kind of wish there was less time getting from a perfect block to the retaliation thrust or grand retribution thrust or double counter thrust. I was like, I want there to be less time after, you know, doing the guard into the attack, into the follow-up, right? So, and boom, that's what this is right here with Charge Blade included. I mentioned Charge Blade too, so maybe after landing the perfect guard, you can more quickly get to Savage Axe mode. Great, excellent, love to hear that. Hook Slinger's range will be reduced when capturing as included. That's interesting. Not enough guide info displaying when the player receives a restraining attack from a monster. Okay, that's interesting. Player will move more quickly than intended during certain actions. Fixed an issue with the Blackest Knight behind. Okay, yeah, these are like bug fixes. Take damage from Palico's water gun. Let's see. Okay, so we're canceling a pumpkin head under certain conditions with temporary cause of player's hair to disappear. That's interesting. Where longsword will not sit correctly in its sheath. Like, this is, you know, this is like little bug fixes, which are good, you know, but like the main meat and potatoes are these right here, right? I'm very happy to see them address guarding and perfect guarding like globally, right? Anything that can do it is gonna benefit from this, which is something I did call for in that video that I made. So let's go to Greatsword. We're gonna dive into individual weapons now. Raw damage and elemental scaling for charge slash, strong charge slash, and true charge slash have been increased, and then a bug fix, right? Fix an issue preventing the player from guarding again for a while, depending on whether any directional inputs occurred after a perfect guard. I think I may have felt this actually. I think I felt this in my 9-star Anjanath video, where I was like, why did not block? Interesting. Okay. Longsword. Special sheaths will now take longer to automatically. Special sheaths will now take longer to be automatically deactivated if the player is waiting during a special sheath. So now you can hold your special sheath longer. Spirit Release Slash will no longer hit captured monsters. So does this mean you can't like pump up your gauges on a captured monster anymore? Interesting. Fixed an issue preventing a player from unsheathing their weapon for a while if there's no directional input after a Spirit Release Slash. Alright. Yeah. So like I said, Greatsword, Longsword, they were in a decent spot. Like some could be said like, hey, Longsword is too over centralized about 1 or 2 moves, but hey, it is what it is. I guess they're choosing not to mess with it. Now, Sword and Shield. I feel like Sword and Shield was in a good spot, but here we go. Adjusted the hitbox of Perfect Rush to make it easier for some inputs to land. Okay, cool. / raw damage has been increased. / now combos into lateral slash more smoothly than before. What does this mean? Quickly? More smooth? What does that mean? Anyway, Perfect Guard now transitions into regular guard slightly more quickly, so that the window for Perfect Guard is tighter, I suppose. Perfect, or maybe after you land a perfect guard, you're back to regular guarding quickly. Perfect Guard now combos into lateral slash slightly more quickly. See, they say slightly more quickly, but this is more smoothly. What's the difference? What does this mean? Anyway, and then it's bug fixes. But okay, I mean, you know, 2 of these are perfect guard, and then I guess a slight buff to forward slash. Okay, it's not too much. It's not too much. It looked like a lot from like just looking at it, but it's not. I'm tripping. That's me. Fixed an issue where sidestep slash behavior during focus mode differed depending on control type settings. Fixed an issue that prevents you from performing basic actions after drawing your weapon from a stationary position. Interesting. Okay, cool. Dual blades. The amount of weapon sharpness consumed when performing focus strike, turning tide, or turning tide drill has been reduced. A welcome change. Made adjustments to keep demon boost mode active even after sheathing your weapon. Does this mean a dual blade player will run faster even while sheathed? Like, can you get demon boost mode up, sheath it, and then run around fast as hell because it's still active after sheath? That's interesting. You can now exit demon mode mid-movement after performing a demon dodge in demon boost mode. Okay. I guess this makes it easier to manage stamina. Fixed an issue where focus strike turning tide action was canceled after deflecting off of certain monster parts. That's interesting. And fixed an issue where type 2 directional controls prevented you from moving in the intended direction after dodging in demon mode. Alright, bug fixes and like small stuff, right? I mean, and for the most part, all of this is kind of small stuff because these weapons so far, in my opinion, are in a decent spot. You know, great sword, long sword, sword and shield, dual blades, hammer. I mean, look at hammer. This is 2 bug fixes, and this is the during a follow-up spin slam, you can now use movement inputs to extend your movement distance during the attack. You can see this happen a lot in my 8-star and 9-star Gormagala hunts, right? Gormagala was notorious for this, where you would land an offset and then you would do follow-up spin slam, but he would be too far away for you to land the follow-up attack. So being able to use your movement inputs to extend your movement distance to get to the monster and actually land the follow-up, this is good. I see it. Dope. And then 2 bug fixes, you know, about focus blow and type 2 directional control. So yeah, like I said, like hammer, I feel like hammer is in a great spot. Like, cool, right? Hunting horn, performance beat raw damage has been increased slightly, and a bug fix. Fix a bug where performance effects and attack timings were misaligned with the player actions during certain performances. Interesting. Okay, hunting horn. I mean, okay, hunting horn can do great in certain matchups, but there are other things that bother me about the hunting horn in this game. Like, actually playing it, cool, feels good, but and this could be in that future video where I talk about the Gogma Ardia weapons. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, cool. Performance beat, raw damage increased slightly. Good to see. But all right, here we go. This is some of the real stuff. Lance. Okay, I said Lance needed some buffs. Here are the buffs that that I called for. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, if you want to keep Lance as slow as it is, let's get some. Raw damage has been increased, all right? And then grand retribution thrust and double counter thrust, raw damage has been increased. Triple thrust, raw damage, and elemental scaling have been increased. Perfect guard now chains into other actions more quickly. That's the speed I was talking about. I was like, hey, I feel like Lance could use some more speed. Love to see that. So this is a mix of the 2 things that I was talking about. I was like, hey, listen, bro, I feel like Lance needs a little bit more damage or a little bit more speed or a little bit of both. And this is it's kind of exactly what I was looking for. I can't wait to dive back in and get a feel for these buffs. So and then also the damage reduction rate for large guard reactions during a perfect guard or a perfect guard is increased. Note, guard up damage reduction rate will apply for attacks that become blockable due to skill effect. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Less chip damage, okay? Our shielded brethren are no longer just eating Doritos all day. Less chips. You love to hear about it. And then another common bug fix, the type 2 directional controls is beating y'all ass. Goddamn. Anyway, so yeah, love to see it. Less chip damage, more damage during pokes, and a little bit quicker from guarding and using your shield. Cinema. This is This looks good. Now, we don't know by how much, right? Because, like, these patch notes are kind of vague, right? But it doesn't say, like, oh, yeah, they're 50% stronger. Like, it's, you know, but this sounds good. This sounds like the direction that I was liking for the Lance to go into. So, yeah, cool. Good to see it. All right, Gunlance. The worm stake cannon has been adjusted. Stop reading so fast. The worm stake cannon was adjusted to make it easier to hit monsters. Worm stake cannon attacks in focus mode have been adjusted to make it easier to fire in the direction of the reticle. And then, of course, this is the same thing that Lance just got, right? Less chip damage, pretty much, right? The damage reduction rate for large guard reactions during the guard up, perfect guard has been increased. Note the guard up damage reduction rate will apply for attacks that become blockable due to skill effect. Same thing, right? Less chips, less Doritos, less Doritos, okay? Yeah. And then fixed an issue, a bug fix, where worm stake shocks would disappear if a worm stake cannon attack hit another player. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, another big one. Really big. Really huge. Okay. Wow. Switch axe. Here we go. Sword, counter rising slash can now be changed into a sidestep. Sword, counter rising slash has increased invulnerability to knockback and can be quickly chained into an evade. Nice. You don't feel as stuck. Like you can land it and then roll out. Bet. Like an Autobot, baby. You can now evade while charging unbridled slash and full release slash. So you can cancel, like if you go for it and say, ah shit, I should have went for it. You can roll out of doing it. That's interesting. Or can you start charging it and then maybe the monster moves and and the hunter can like hop while still charging it. This is interesting. But cool. Either way, good change. You can now quickly chain into an evade after landing after performing a ZSD, zero sum discharge finisher. Excellent. Focus assault morph combination was adjusted to make it easier to hit wounds and weak points. Focus assault morph combination raw damage has been increased. Raw damage has been increased for sword, overhead slash, right rising slash, left rising slash, heavenward flurry. Cool. Raw damage in sword mode, straight up, just pumped up. Unbridled slash raw damage has been increased. Element scaling for multi-hit attacks and raw damage has been increased for element discharge and zero sum discharge. Love to see it. Axe, spiral burst slash raw damage has been increased. Raw damage has been increased for sword, downward fade slash, sword, morph double slash, and axe, morph rising double slash. Sword, morph slash raw damage has been increased when chaining from an evade in sword mode. Okay. And then a bug fix where fixed an issue where the values on the status screen for dragon file, poison file, paralysis file, exhaust file, so every file except, anyway, would show a higher number than the maximum possible value. This does not change actual functionality, just the numbers that are displayed. Excellent. This is excellent. This is exactly what I was talking about in that video. See how full release slash has only been mentioned once, right here. You can now evade while charging it. I didn't say nerf full release slash, I just said bring the rest of the weapon up to closer to full release slash so it actually feels good to swing your sword and it doesn't feel like, hey, full release slash is always the right answer. Alright? This is great. This looks great. I'm excited to feel what this feels like. Hell yeah. Less full release slash. Great. Like, what are we talking about? This is amazing. Hell yeah. Switch axe eating good. Love to see it. Charge blade. I'm so sorry, you guys. But kind of. Okay. Let's get into it. Hit stops that occur during multi-hit attacks in power axe mode have been reduced. Note, hit stops are the visual effects where your movement temporarily freezes or slows down when an attack connects with the monster. This is something I did talk about. I was like, listen, it seems like they want you to play Savage Axe mode, right? Like it seems like Savage Axe mode is the way to play this. However, when you're in Savage Axe mode, all the hit stops, all the little tick 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 as you're swinging your axe through, like take time to do when you're fighting like a 9-star monster. It's fast. They're gonna hit you while you're stuck in hit stops and stuff. So this is a speeding up of the charge blade, which okay, I'm with it. Okay. So let's keep going. During axe, morph slash, the window for utilizing guard points or executing a perfect guard has been extended, and the actions will now trigger sooner. Great. This is good. Guard points are now more of a thing in Charge Blade, which has been a part of its identity for as long as it's existed since 4. You know what I mean? So good. Savage Axe slash raw damage has been increased. Axe axe, element discharge, and other attacks now chain into move like axe, morph slash more quickly. Speed, right? That's something I was talking about. I was like, I feel like Charge Blade might need a little bit more speed. This is another speed thing that they're doing. First hit of axe, element discharge 2 now chains into morph axe slash. Axe, morph slash. First hit of axe, element discharge 2. So push circle again while swinging the axe. You can morph back into sword mode quickly. Interesting. Focus slash double rend can now chain into axe morph slash, so you can morph into I guess you can morph back into sword after doing your focus slash. Interesting. Double rend can now chain into other actions more quickly. More speed. Love to see it. Fixed an issue where axe element discharge 2 couldn't chain into axe amped element discharge when certain inputs were used. Interesting. Fixed an issue when initiating a guard where there was a delay before turning in the intended direction. Fixed an issue where the button guide display differed from actual inputs during certain sword morph slash combos. Okay, so we're here. Yeah, so more speed, and like they definitely want you to play Savage Axe mode. Kind of disappointed that Charged Sword mode is not mentioned here at all. Kind of bummed that like AED into SAED doesn't seem to be like, oh yeah, this can happen more quickly now. Like you know, because like if you want to keep the damage where it's at, I get it. Let's make it a little quicker so it's a little easier to hit. You know what I mean? Maybe. And then also I'm also a little bit disappointed that, let me go back up to this right here. Why is this not in Charge Blade? Right? Are you trying to tell me that are you trying to tell me that our Charge Blade brethren are still eating Doritos chip damage like crazy? Ain't no way, bro. Cause I mean, you go up here to Gunlance and Lance, the damage reduction rate for large guard reactions during a perfect guard has been increased. Why not Charge Blade? I mean, you want us to, where is it? You want us to utilize, here we go, guard points and perfect guard, right? So, please tell me you just forgot to put it here and my Charge Blade brethren are not still eating Doritos with the chip damage. Please. But anyway, we'll see what it feels like when it comes out. But yeah, right, some of this is what I asked for, but some of the other stuff that a lot of you guys were talking about are not here, and that is disappointing. Like Charged Sword, so many of you guys came through and were like, yo, Charged Sword needs something to do, and it's just not here. Why? Anyway, okay, moving on. Insect Glaive. You can now chain into Descending Slash using short button inputs. The charge level will increase depending on the preceding attacks. Note, with the right timing, you can use triangle plus circle PS5, YB, Xbox, default left and right click PC to chain into Descending Slash. Sidestep Slash and Sidestep Slash combo. Raw damage has been increased, and attack speed after harvesting all 3 extracts has been raised. Ooh, we're making the triple up more valuable. This is good. The player will no longer be knocked back after initiating a Rising Spiral Slash. So heavy armor, right? Where like maybe you'll get hit and you'll take the damage, but that Rising Spiral Slash is coming out because you spent the resources, the triple up, to do it. Okay, I see it. Jumping Slash, Strong Jumping Slash can now be chained into Descending Slash, Strong Descending Slash. Okay, more aerial joint, and then bug fixes from here. Fixed an issue where certain charge attacks were not chained into Descending Slash during focus mode, even after releasing the charge. Fixed an issue where Kinsect behave abnormally while performing a focus strike, leaping thrust on certain monsters such as Mu, Udra. Very specific, but okay. Fixed an issue with Kinsect stop moving after encountering ledges in certain terrain. Interesting. Okay, moving on to ranged. Oh yeah, oh my god. Look at these patch notes for ranged. My goodness gracious. But that's what I was talking about. I was like, hey, I feel like range needs some adjusting. Like, don't get me wrong, bowguns can be very good in certain matchups when you know what you're doing with your armor set and you use the correct ammo type at the correct time. Don't get me wrong, but some of it could, you know, in my opinion, felt like it needed some addressing, and I mean, I guess Capcom agrees. So let's get into it. Focus Blast, Eagle Strike, Rapid Fire Gauge recovery amount has been greatly increased. Chaser shot responsiveness has been improved. It is now easier to chain into evades and other shots after firing. Nice. Speed up, smoothness, right? Rapid chaser shot responsiveness has been improved. It is now easier to chain into evades and other shots. So buffing chaser shot in general. Burst step now chains more easily into rapid chaser shot. Adhesive ammo explosions now restore the rapid fire gauge. Interesting. Wyvern Blast raw damage has been increased. The cooldown time has been greatly reduced. It is now easier to chain into basic actions after setting up a Wyvern Blast. Normal ammo has been buffed. Normal ammo chaser shot raw damage has been buffed. Increased, buffed, you get it. Normal ammo rapid chaser shot firing rate has been increased. Raw damage of the final shot of normal ammo rapid chaser shot has been increased. Lord have mercy, this is a mouthful. The number of shots from Pierce ammo rapid chaser shot has been increased. Interesting. Okay, so you're gonna shoot more shots of Pierce, or do they mean more ticks through a monster is possible? Anyway, spread ammo rapid chaser shot firing rate has been increased. The raw damage from elemental values and elemental ammo rapid chaser shot excluding dragon ammo has been increased. Excluding dragon ammo. Okay. Elemental ammo rapid chaser shot excluding dragon ammo. They really hate dragon ammo. I guess maybe dragon ammo is strong as hell, but firing rate has been increased. Dragon ammo rapid chaser shot firing rate has been increased. What? Elemental ammo rapid chaser shot. Dragon ammo rapid chaser shot. What? What? Okay. Hold on. Let me let my brain chew on this a little bit. Elemental ammo rapid chaser shot excluding dragon ammo firing rate has been increased. Dragon ammo rapid chaser shot firing rate has been increased. Maybe. Okay. Maybe these are two different lines because they've been increased differently, right? Like maybe this has been increased by, I don't know, hypothetically 2, and this has been increased by hypothetically 1. Okay, fine. Dragon ammo has a shorter time between its hits and is more likely to hit monsters. Nice. Dragon ammo max effective range has been increased. Nice. Okay, maybe they don't hate dragon ammo. Maybe dragon ammo is just special. Rapid chaser shot firing rate has been increased when using poison ammo, paralysis ammo, and sleep ammo. Okay, nice. We're gonna get more status procs off. Reduce the amount of rapid fire gauge consumed by ammo that can be used for rapid fire. Okay. And fixed an issue when moving diagonally while aiming could cause you to move much slower than intended. Okay. Yeah, adjustments. Now, these patch notes, as I've said before, are kind of vague. So it doesn't like have like values like, oh, it's 10% stronger, 15% stronger. So, but this looks good. More ammo types are gonna be viable. It's looking right. I mean, normal ammo got a lot of love right here. Spread ammo got some love. Pierce ammo got some love. So, okay. And the heavy bowgun. Now, I imagine heavy bowgun is going to be a lot of this again, but let's read it anyway. Wyvern counter ignition now restores ignition gauge upon a successful offset. Oh, this is good. Restore how much ignition? Like if you hold on. Vague patch notes strike again. So if you spend your ignition gauge, land and offset, do you get a full gauge back and then you get to go back into it? Ooh, okay. The player is no longer knocked back when firing Wyvern counter ignition. Okay. The responsiveness of Wyvern counter ignition between loading and firing the attack has been improved. Wyvern counter ignition now chains more easily into other actions after firing. Okay, they heard you. This was a point that I heard brought up in that video where like, hey, heavy bowgun's offset is kind of stupid and there's no real reason to do it. I don't know why it's even here, but now they have increased. Yeah, okay, this is looking good. I like that. You can now chain into a big difference between light and heavy bowgun. You know what I'm saying? Like this is good. The more I think about it, the better it gets. Anyway, you can now chain into guarding or sidestepping when readying Wyvern Blast Ignition or Focus Blast Wyvern Howl. The evade performed when readying or after firing these moves have also been changed to a sidestep. Interesting. Okay. Reduce the amount of ignition gauge that Wyvern Blast Ignition consumes. Wyvern Blast Ignition raw damage and fire damage have been increased. Whew. Wyvern Blast Ignition now chains more quickly into guards, evades, and other action after firing. Wyvern Piercer Ignition raw damage and max number of hits have been increased. Sick. Wyvern Heart Ignition raw damage has been increased. Focus Blast. Wyvern Howl now restores ignition gauge when hitting weak points or destroying wounds. That's sick. The responsiveness of Focus Blast, Wyvern Howl between loading and firing has been improved. So I guess quicker, smoother. Wyvern Blast, no, Focus Blast, Wyvern Howl now chains more easily into other actions after firing. Nice. Focus Blast, Wyvern Howl raw damage has been increased. Dragon Ammo has a shorter time between hits and it's more likely to hit monsters. Dragon Ammo max effective range has been increased. We saw this in the light bow gun. And then Ignition Mode, ST1 and 2 damage multiplier scaling has been increased. Affects Wyvern Piercer Ignition, Wyvern Heart Ignition, and Focus Blast Wyvern Howl. Wow, big buff, big buff. And then a bug fix. Fixed an issue where under certain conditions, player actions would become erratic while performing Stalwart Guard. Okay, well... Damn, I was wrong. These are not super similar. These are not as similar as I thought they would be. Nice. This is good though. This helps, especially like this part right here. This helps more easily see like, okay, the difference between heavy bowgun and light bowgun. Like there's more differences going on between the two. You know what I'm saying? Because with the changes they made to bowguns in general, it could kind of feel like they're feeling kind of samey a little bit, but now they're kind of specking more into like, hey, the rapid chaser, which is the light bowgun thing, is better, and the offset over here is better, and you can guard better. And I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, bow. Okay, bow got decent stuff. Here we go. Let's go. Dragon Piercer Arc Shot raw damage has been increased. Sick. Increase the raw damage of tracer arrows and fuse arrows. Sick. Charge Shot, Power Volley, and 1,000 Dragons raw damage and elemental scaling have been increased. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's go. Power Coating and Pierce Coating raw damage scaling has been increased. Fantastic. More coatings are viable. It's not just close range all day. You love to see it. Coating application speed has been increased. You can now chain from a charging sidestep into loading a tracer arrow. Sick. Simple, but kind of exactly what I was thinking, right? Now, bow can actually be a ranged weapon, right? Because before, many of you have said and agreed with me that, hey, I mean, the bow, if you're not using close range coating, ain't it. But you do have that juicy ass, big ass, easy to land dodge, which makes sense. Like, okay, we want you to play close range. We got to give you a tool so that you can stay in the close range and not just get mollywopped and die all the time. But this is exactly what I wanted to see from bow. Let's go. If you don't like the close range coating playstyle, you can still play the weapon. Dope. And be more successful than before. Love it. Love it. Love that. And then let's see, fix an issue and then bug fixes where damage scaling and the effects of Partbreaker skill were not reflected properly when destroying multiple wounds or weak points at the same time. With Focus File Hailstorm, fixed an issue where stamina would not naturally recover under certain conditions when performing a backwards discerning dodge. Interesting. Okay, cool. And then no more weapon buffs, but the rest of this, I'm gonna go through. Maybe, I mean, support hunters are obviously gonna get like more juice because we're gonna need them a lot for GOG, right? But I do want to read through like some of the skill stuff that we got, and then we'll call this a video because I've already been talking for 30 minutes straight. But hey, we're here. You know what we do. Guard Up now reduces damage taken when guarding, regardless of the attack. The skill details are as follows: reduces damage taken when guarding, allows you to guard against ordinarily unblocking attacks. Reduces damage by 10% plus an additional 20% when conditions are met. I'm thinking when conditions are met are perfect guard. That's what I'm thinking when conditions are met are supposed to be. But somebody's gonna dive into the files and tell us what this shit really means. You know what I mean? So level 2, 20% reduces damage and an additional 30% when conditions are met. And then level 3 is reduces damage by 30% plus an additional 50% when conditions are met. So this is gonna help with the whole chip situation, with the whole, yeah. So not only did Lance and Gunlance, it appears, get a specific like, hey, they take less chip damage. Also, Guard Up is gonna be more worth taking because it's gonna reduce the chip damage by even more. Love to see it. Chip damage was an issue that kept coming up. Let's go. Love to see it. Charge Up now boosts the damage of Hammer's charged attacks. Bet, I always rock this anyway. Hell yeah. Ballistics now boosts raw damage of level 3 shots made at critical range. Cool. Elemental Absorption reduces the cooldown time between skill activation. Flare increases the activation rate and effect strength. Nice, more wounds. Okay. Flare, when activated, the skill deals bonus damage even if a monster part has exceeded its maximum wound limit. Interesting. Okay, cool. Flare, fixed an issue with the skill activation notification would not display in high rank quests when triggering bonus damage after enough build-up value is accumulated. Okay. Wow, okay. Binding counter, set bonus skill, increased effect duration, flawless armor, increased effect strength, protein fiend. The Jiwo, I just recently used this in the Thanksgiving video, I think, with the meat DBs. I made a goofy little set, but cool. Increase the effect duration and the level 2 effect strength. That's dope. Bad blood. Reduce the cooldown time between skill activations and increase the effect strength. This is strong as hell with that Arch-Tempered Nuludra, boy. Scorcher, set bonus skill, reduce the cooldown time between skill activation and increase effect strength. Bet, transcend your Rathalos armor, people, let's get it. White Flame Torrent, reduce the cooldown time between skill activation and increase effect strength when used together with the set bonus skill Scorcher. All right, now look. 2-piece Rathalos, 3-piece Zoshia. It's looking real strong. Hey. Okay. Or it's looking buffed. It's looking stronger. Like I said, vague patch notes. They don't have yeah. Anyway, the following weapon moves for each weapon have been added to the pool of moves that can trigger bonus damage skills. Okay. I think this may be a buff to the Corruption Mantle as well, right? And it's a buff to things like Scorcher, White Flame Torrent, maybe Azure Bolt, I think is what the laggy skill is called, where you get bonus damage and your affinity goes up for a while. So, okay. And then a huge list of moves, like, I mean, y'all know where y'all know where the patch notes are. I'll leave them in the description down below. I need to remember to leave them in the description down below. But I'm gonna upload this right after this, so I'm not gonna forget. Binding counter, set bonus skill, fixed an issue with skill activation would unintentionally carry over after resetting a challenge quest. Oh, really? That's interesting. And then Bubbly Dance, fixed an issue where required evasion count for activating the skill would not reset during challenge quests. Interesting. Okay. And then of course, support hunters got a buff. Fixed an issue, made them more effective, which makes sense because we're going to be using them for GOG. I think you kind of have to use at least 4 of them during GOG, right? So we want them to be as effective as possible. And for those of you still struggling with Savage Omega, maybe soloing it with support hunters will be easier to do because the support hunters will be better because of all these fixes. Okay. And then Sacred, miscellaneous, bunch of bug fixes and stuff that makes the game easier to play. Let's see, but yeah, okay, cool. So that's the patch notes. That's the weapon buffs. That's the big meat and potatoes. Let me know how you guys are feeling about all of this stuff. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of taking this as a little victory lap. A lot of what I had suggested in that video that I made kind of made it here. And it's looking good. I can't wait to dive in and actually feel it and play it, get the controller in my hands and get a feel for how some of this stuff actually feels. But yeah, so that's gonna be about it for today's video. Leave a comment down below about how you're feeling about some of these changes. Do you like it? Do you like where your weapon's at? Do you think a weapon should have got more? Do you think a weapon should have got less? Let me know in the comment section down below. I promise I read them all, okay? I'm getting to a point in a size where replying to every single comment is it's getting to me, guys. I don't have that much time in the day, and it's a blessing and a curse. It's a bittersweet feeling to know that, hey, I'm growing. You know what I'm saying? We're growing as a community, but I won't be able to be as attentive to the comment section. But hey, I'm using the little YouTube heart feature because I know it notifies you, and I'm using it as a I read this button. So if you get a little heart like, hey, JCan has hearted your comment, know that I read it, okay? I only heart comments after I read it. So yeah, that's gonna be about it for today's video. As always, happy hunting. Peace.